Have I told you about the donkey? Well, the donkey really had it fairly nice. He would work all day, that's true. But at night he would be brought back to the barn, put in his pen, given some food, and then left there. Well, he got plenty of food. He had a nice place to stay. It was warm during the cold time and shelter during the storms. He really did have it quite nice, especially when you compare it to all the wild animals. But the donkey didn't think about those wild animals. No, the only thing he could think about was that lapdog. That lapdog. The donkey called him a mutt, a worthless mutt. He would lay around all day and not do anything but sleep. Nothing. And then when the master brought him home and put him in the barn, then that lapdog would jump around and wag his tail and wiggle all over and yap, 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 yap. And if that didn't frustrate the master, it didn't at all. He would pick that lapdog up and the dog would lick him all over the face. The donkey couldn't think of anything more disgusting. But the master would smile real big as the dog and took him, and he always reached in his pocket and he always had a little treat to give the dog. The master never gave him a treat, no, And then he'd take him in and give him all kinds of food, but worse than that, when the master would sit down next to the hearth, next to the fire, and the lapdog would jump up on his lap and then just lay down. The master would pet him while he was reading a book. The dog didn't deserve any of that. He was a worthless mutt. The donkey says, I may be going about this all wrong. I could do any one of those things that that dog does, and the master would love me the best. One day, when he saw that the pen was left unlatched, he went out of the barn and ran towards the house. He burst in the house and wiggled all over and went around in circles. In doing that, he knocked over the china cabinet, over the table and the chairs. Why? The missus went running out of the room screaming, and then the donkey ran over to the master and licked him right upside the face, and there was a look of horror upon the master's face. But then he yapped as best as he could, hee-haw, 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 and the master backed up and sat down in a chair. Well, that was his opportunity. The donkey went over and just sat right down on top of him. Master, donkey, and the chair all went falling to the ground with the donkey up on top of the master. Well, when the field hands heard all the commotion, they come running in the house and looked around at the disaster and then saw the donkey sitting on top of the farmer. They put a rope around the donkey's neck and drug him out in the yard and beat him with a stick, dragging him all the way to the barn, latched him to his pen and took away his food and left him there. Well, the donkey realized it didn't quite turn out the way he thought it would. He thought, finally concluded that it was probably better to just be satisfied with what you've got than try to get something that really belongs to somebody else. Well, that donkey finally got free. Oh. But I'll tell you that story next week.